I'm Aaron Nagler for SI.com. I'm here with Andrew Perloff, and we're talking quarterbacks, specifically two quarterbacks in this here city, New York City, the New York Jets. It happened. Michael Vick thrown into the fire. And look, it's not all the quarterback's fault. Look, what are the Jets going to do at the quarterback position?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is not the fault of either Geno Smith or Vick. Geno Smith didn't have time to throw. Right. Vick came in the middle of a buzzsaw. Anyone who thought that they were going to hang in San Diego was obviously mistaken. Now, they're going back to Geno. I don't know about this. Because with those weapons of that offensive line, you gotta give a shot to Vick. You know, Rex is 1-4 now, probably not going to win the division, but still, you want to win games this year. I think Vick gives them a better chance to win right now.
Yeah, and I think ultimately, you know, Rex wants to keep his job. Obviously, it's about self-preservation. I like that he's going back to Geno. I'm on the opposite end. I get you want a spark, but Vick is not the guy we've seen over the years. He's just not. You saw today how. He can't get outside the pocket. He can't escape a rush. He's not that guy anymore.
He can get outside the pocket. That's the least of his problems, getting outside the pocket. It's being smart about selecting the right person to throw the ball and staying healthy.
But as you said, there's
today
no one
does
to
not
throw
count.
to.
You know, when a game is going downhill
yeah, it was
like
a buzzsaw. You're right.
So you can't forget about today. I know, and you know what? He's the only one who got them over the 50-yard line. Yes, it was a pass interference. So you know, honestly, like if there's one game tomorrow, you're going to go with Geno Smith and not Michael Vick. Well,
because look. Like I said, Michael Vick, it doesn't solve the myriad of problems with this team. You want to develop a young quarterback, go develop him, because either way, Vick or Geno, the team around them is not very good. So if he happens to get it, if it happens to click for Geno, then you've got your young quarterback on a path to success. Rather than you're throwing in this old vet, it all still falls apart and you're still fired. Like it doesn't do anybody any good.
I don't know if develop or destroy Geno Smith based on today. Other.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks, what about the situation in Tennessee? You finally see Jake Locker playing well prior to getting injured, but here he is injured again, and Charlie Whitehurst comes and just stinks up the joint in relief. What are they going to do in Tennessee? They got a new head coach and the same QB problems.
Tell you where, if I was Tennessee, where I'd be focusing my energy right now, Michigan State, Oregon, perhaps down at Florida State, I am thinking drafting a quarterback. If you look at teams who are going to draft a quarterback, it's actually not an easy list to come up with next year, but you got to put Tennessee high. Locker, he's had his chances. I think the only reason really they would commit to him is because they took him so high, but that doesn't matter. I mean, that's not a reason to commit to him. And it was a while ago. So I hate to say it, I think Tennessee has to look forward. Mettenberger, it's a possibility. I'd like to see him get a chance this year.
Yeah, I mean, he did get a little bit of duty a week or so ago and didn't look good, but it was a bad situation to be thrown into. What about Tampa Bay, real quickly? Speaking of, you know, through the draft, you get a quarterback, you get a new regime that comes in and brings in a journeyman veteran who pretty much stinks up the joint. You go to Glennon, who didn't play well in the first half, but he played well in the second half against the Saints. They have to stick with Glennon. Right?
Oh, yeah. 2 games in a row where he's looked good. I mean, Lovey obviously brought him account because he was comfortable with him, but you've seen so much more from Glennon.
Absolutely.
What's the downside on Glennon? Why are some people still not sold on him?
Well, I think we talked about it before we taped. I think there is a bit of a persona issue. He does have the hangdog thing where you're like, this guy is the leader of our team. But you look at that Pittsburgh game and he just gets it done. Why? Yeah, absolutely. You should go with him.
He's not exactly Tom Brady. I don't know if that matters. Like in all
that's not a great thing this year, but absolutely, I know what you're saying. That's quarterbacks around the league, some problem spots. We're solving them for you here at SI.com. I'm Aaron Nagler. This is Andrew Perloff.